Hello, I'm Jim Kane with WaldoAir. We want to discuss today the process of mission planning that we use for the projects that we fly around the world. Our planning processes begin with Google Earth. And here you see my Google Earth application on my desktop. We will also be using a program called KML Reader, which we will provide, which converts the output of the products from Google Earth into the actual mission plan and then replaces them back into Google Earth. So we use Google Earth both to create the polygon for our coverage as well as to view the eventual mission plan that's created by preparing parallel flight lines to cover the polygon created in Google Earth. We have a third product called Waldo FCS, Waldo Flight Control System, that will act as a simulation to show you how our in-flight hardware actually reacts to the mission plan. Before we open Google Earth, what we want to do is we want to open Google Earth in a certain mode. What you can do after downloading Google Earth, go to the folder that contains the Google Earth. It is here, and you can see that you can start Google Earth in two different modes. There's a DirectX mode and then there's an OpenGL mode. What you want to do is to start Google Earth in the OpenGL mode. And once you do it once, it will default to that mode. So we're going to open it in the OpenGL mode. I'll show you why very shortly. This is the plain vanilla Google Earth. It's free. You download it from a Google site. I'm going to plan a mission today for the city of Nashville, Tennessee, which is where we have our WaldoAir headquarters. There you see Nashville. Obviously we're using the very easy and simple to use GIS functionality of the Google Earth. What we're going to do is use this tool. As you can see, it says Add Polygon. Click it. It opens a dialog. A few things we're going to give it as a name. Nashville. We're going to change a few parameters of this polygon. We're going to give it a color for the boundary of green. We're going to give it a pixel width of 3 to make it a little more visible, and we're going to change it from outline plus filled to simply outline. This will let us see in the midst of the polygon or in the center of the polygon and not have it not obscured by a fill. Now we say OK. So this gives us our Nashville polygon. However, we can't, as you can see, we can't really manipulate anything or create a polygon. We have to go back, right-click, and click Properties. Now we are in the insertion mode. You can see that the cursor has changed to the square box. Let's simply insert some points. As you see. Now let's zoom in a bit. You can see that inadvertently, as I clicked, I did a little click and drag so that I have some extra points in there. Let's get rid of those points. It's not absolutely necessary, but I'm simply going to show you how you can modify the polygon once you've created it. The way you do this is you click on a point, that turns it blue, and you have to remember the direction of the polygon. Your next action is going to operate on with respect to that active vertex. If you right-click, it deletes that vertex. And then it moves the active vertex one back, and then you deleted it as you see there. So here we have deleted those extra polygons. Now let's add a vertex. You see the active vertex. When you add the vertex, it's going to add the vertex along the forward direction from the active vertex. So let's click in this area. As you see, I now have a new vertex. So let's move this. As you see, you can click on a vertex and move it. If that's the active vertex, you can click and add a vertex. You can click and delete a vertex. We'll add it back. Okay, so this is our polygon. We can modify it, change it as you see fit. Now, one thing that you do not want to do, and I will do it, is you don't want to click and drag. Well, that's okay. There we go. I clicked and dragged. Now, what happened is it added a number of extra points. Let's highlight this and let's delete, or let's highlight this one, and it's going to delete the points behind us. Let's click, 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 click. Now we have deleted those points, and let's add another point back in, as you see. But what I did is I clicked and dragged, so we have to delete those points. It's a little bit finicky. You'll have to get the feel of the program, and if you attempt to do things too quickly, you get that odd cluster of points. Click and then move. Click, wait, and then move. As you see, I added a point in the wrong spot. But generally, it's sort of a touch and feel kind of thing to get familiar with creating these polygons. Okay, now the next step is to save the polygon. Let's right-click, Save Place As, and you can put it in the folder of your choosing. I have a folder that I'm calling Test Missions. The format that you want to save this in is the KML version. So there's the KML version. We'll say save, and we have created our first polygon.